Famously, the Bangles said, it's just another manic Monday. Well, here it's just another bank holiday Monday. I mean, 3 bank holidays in 1 month. What are they thinking? Of course, it's more time to watch Monday Matters right here on Gary's Stuff. Hello there, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you've been here before, today indeed is Monday Matters. Now I'll be having a quick look at some of the news and rumour from around the model making world. I'll be having a review of what I've been up to on my bench, and of course I'll be announcing this week's kit of the week. All these bits come as chapters so you can hop backwards and forwards as your heart desires. If you like what you see today, do please remember Imperial thumbs up on the like button below, because every like counts. And if you haven't done so yet, please do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and you'll be notified of all my future videos as they turn up. And of course, if you'd like to offer a bit more concrete support to the channel, you can do that by becoming a channel member, by using super thanks, or by using any of my online partner programs. Or, like Joe Olmo and Nick Johnson have done this week, sending me stuff to build. Joe got in touch with me, asked if I'd like a Mitchell to build. I said, yes, please, because I like a Mitchell. And he sent me the Airfix Mitchell 1/72 scale, the RAF version, the Mark II. So that's exciting. Also, because he's Joe, threw in a 1/48 scale dogfight double set of the BF 109 and the Spitfire 5B. Absolutely fantastic. All of those will be built, I promise you, Joe. And then, of course, Nick Johnson, the amazing Nick, sent in a surprise package, which I hope you've already watched the video. If you haven't yet, please do so, because the kit he sent me is of I was going to say an aircraft. Technically, it's an aircraft. It's a thing that was intended to be a flying machine, but it is absolutely bonkers. I mean, bonkers. It's a close coupled staggered quadruplane, if that makes any sense to you. If not, watch the video. It's just insane, but a lot of fun, and I am going to build the kit of that as well, Nick. Nick also sent me a whole load of other stuff, kits and acrylic water effects and mud effects and oils and tons of stuff to play with. So I think he's got a few agendas here there that maybe I should be doing a little bit more diorama work, and I will, Nick. I will be doing diorama more, thanks to you. So that was all very exciting. What else has happened this week? Outlaw Paints. I don't know if the videos are available right this very moment as this broadcast goes out on 7 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, UK time. I don't know if the video is already out. If it's not, it'll be out in a couple of hours' time. It's a live chat they did yesterday, talking about their paints, doing some spray outs and stuff like that. Well worth catching if you're into paints. These guys, if you remember, I've mentioned them before. They found a UK distributor in James Skiffins at screwbox.co.uk. They're launching on the 11th of November in the UK. They'll be, actually start to deliver stuff. There are orders. You can pre-order the stuff and I think get a 10% discount. And hopefully, I'll know for sure a bit closer. They have got a stand at Telford at the IPMS show, Model Making World at Scale Model World at Telford in November. Maybe they'll be able to, you'll be able to turn up and just pick up your paints there. I don't know yet. Closer to the time, we'll know for sure. But do check out the Spruebox website for what paints are available. Check out the link that I'll have down there to the YouTube video that Outlaw have done. I think they look really interesting paints. The palette, the choice of colours is sensational, and you can tell these people are really, really into model making, and not just like making, airplanes. They're into cars. They're into trains. Well, really into trains, into all sorts of things and colours and finishes and pearls and metallics and tricolours, all sorts of amazing things. Check them out online. I think they're going to be a big name very, very soon. The other thing that happened this week, I went to my local club, Harrow Modelling Society, for their regular meeting. Really enjoyed it. A lot of really good people there. If you were there and you're watching, thanks for making me feel so welcome there. It's grand. It's just good fun to go there. If you want to take along something you've just been doing recently, you can. If you want to take some work in progress on, you can. If you want help with it, that's great. If you want to just show it off, that's great too. Even stuff you just been to a show and bought some kits and just want to share it with other people. This is what you get like a bit like a box opening, live box opening. You can do that too. It's all very, very congenial. Everyone's there to talk about plastic, and it's tea and coffee and cake and biscuits as well, which can't be bad. So if you've got a local club, do please check them out and do consider going along and just chatting with people. Just get to know them. They're a good old bunch, and there's so much experience in these clubs that really, really will help your model making, I promise you. So that's enough for the moment. Oh, one other thing. Next Thursday, first Thursday of the month. And what is that? It's live chat day. So don't forget, 8 p.m. Thursday, UK time, usual place. I'll put up a link down in the box below. Do come and check it out. Come and listen, leave messages, chat with each other, chat with me, whatever you like. I'll be struggling on trying desperately to make a kit, which I think might take about 6 or 7 months at this rate. But it's good fun anyway. So come along, enjoy the banter, enjoy the chat, and hopefully I'll see you on Thursday evening. So apart from that, let's now get on with the news of the week. Trumpeter has finished their 1/32nd scale review of the F-35 Lightning with this kit of the B model using some of the same moulds as the F-35C from 2022, but with quite a lot of new parts, I suspect. New Hasegawa releases like this F-15EX in 1/72nd scale give me issues because it normally involves trading back through dozens and dozens of kits to find out where it all began. In this case, a kit from 1988 of the F-15J. However, since that time, there have now been 18 different new parts releases, not least of which is making this the two-seat version, so it could effectively be a new tooling. ICM has released this 1/72nd scale kit of its very popular OV-10 Bronco previously seen in 1/48 scale. A review sample of this is on its way from Kyiv. I'll make it when it arrives. ICM is also releasing a third boxing of their very lovely 1/48 scale Bristol Beaufort. This will have markings for aircraft of the South African, Canadian and New Zealand Air Forces. On sale from 15th of June, just take your time with the undercarriage. Das Werk has this impressive 1/16th scale kit of the ubiquitous Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251 half-track. It features fully working tracks and suspension, a full interior and removable floor plates so you can access all that detail. This scale is proving to be more and more popular amongst the more serious and frankly well-off armour fan. Trongzhen model has a new T90A tank in 1/35th scale. This one comes complete with metal tracks. Field has this special edition of the Leopard 2A6 tank in 1/35th scale. Based on their 2021 kit of the Canadian tank, this new set includes decals for service in Ukraine and over 200 pieces of Contact 1 reactive armour segments to fit on the outside. Meng Models has released a new M1A2 Abrams tank in 1/72nd scale. The design philosophy is that you complete modules like the wheels with Lincoln length tracks, then assemble all of the modules to form the finished item. AFV Club has this M34 GMC half-track in 1/35th scale, similar to the 2020 Quad 50 cal meat chopper but with a 40mm gun instead, and with decals for the Korean War. Keeping to the 40mm theme, Thunder Models has this Morris C9B truck with 40mm Bofors guns fitted. A plastic kit with 565 parts, including plenty of lovely photo etch, resin cast wheels and other resin parts as well. Dynamo Models, better known for its resin and 3D accessories, has launched its first plastic kit in collaboration with Ammo by MiG. It is the M.55 quad 50 caliber machine gun system in 1/35th scale, based on a 2009 Dragon kit, but with extra photo etch and 3D printed resin parts. And finally, also from Dynamo, a juvenile male practicing digital evacuation of mucus from the left nasal vestibule, picking his nose in 1/35th scale. On my bench this week, I have had the Airfix Beagle Bassett 1/72nd scale vintage classic release. It's a lovely kit to build. The plane is beautiful. The design is so nice. The kit, very 60s, but very, very nice to make. No real massive issues. Windows are a little bit not sure about, but generally speaking, it's lovely. I did some work on the pilots and the seat, put some extra seat belts on, stuff like that for the interior. But other than that, went together very nicely. Really enjoyed building it. The only thing I didn't enjoy the instructions. If you watch the build video, one of the chapters is a rant about the instructions because they're really poor. But you know, it is what it is. I got in touch with Airfix about it, told them what I thought about it. They kind of agree with some of the aspects of it, and they're going to look into changing them. So that's a good thing. But the kit itself is beautiful, and the plane is beautiful, and I'm really tempted to buy a few more because there are some lovely schemes available in the aftermarket as well. The other thing I have finished this week is my P47D, the Gabby Gabreski Thunderbolt. Taken a bit more time than I was hoping for, mainly because I had a paint issue, well, actually a primer issue. The primer I was using, which was the Vallejo black gloss that you put underneath metal colour, just really didn't like sticking to the plastic very much. So when I took off the masking, it was like half of the paint came with it, which is a bit annoying. I got over that just by respraying the whole thing with my usual primer, then putting the black on top, and then putting the metal on, and that worked. The kit otherwise, it's not the fault of the kit. The kit is beautiful. The kit went together really well. The panel lines and everything, the fit is really, really lovely. The detail in the cockpit is good, even straight out the box. Weapons options are good. Everything seems to fall together very nicely, actually, and I really enjoyed making it. So the build video of that is imminent. Like once I've finished editing this, I'm editing that. So it will come out very, very soon if it isn't already on the channel. All of that brings me, of course, to this week's Kit of the Week. And this week's Kit of the Week is another vintage classic, the Commonwealth CA13 Boomerang in 1/72nd scale from Airfix. This is a really interesting little plane, let me tell you. So, as usual, there'll be the box opening on tomorrow, Tuesday, just so you can see what you get for your money inside the box. Then there will be a context video where I talk about the history of the Boomerang, and trust me, it really is very interesting. And also about the other kits that are available in various scales of the Boomerang. And then, of course, towards the end of the week, we'll have the build video. All of these, when are you going to know they're going to come up? Well, easy thing to do is subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, and you'll be notified of all my future videos as they turn up. And of course, please, if you like anything on my channel, do remember, imperial thumbs up on the like button below because every like counts. Don't forget, live stream on Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time. Don't forget it. I'll be there. Hope you will be too. Otherwise, I hope to see you around on the channel as well. Take very good care. See you soon. Goodbye.